What's up, guys? It's your boy Kary. Today we went X1 at a 3v3 at Eternal Game. I individually went X1 at a 3v3 at Eternal Games. This profile also got fourth place at a 3v3 in Grand Rapids at Starlight Games, and we took third place at a Grim Yugioh tournament a week before that. Obviously, by the Madden cards, we're playing Prank Kid Brave, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. Standard package, starting off 3 Lampsies, 3 Dropsies, 3 Fansies, and 2 Roxies. Package is pretty standard, love the ratios. Next up, we have the Busted Brave package with 3 Enchantress, 1 Griffin, then 3 Right, 1 Faithful Journey, and Dracoback. Just like I said, standard package, nothing fancy.
Standard package, $300.
Next up, we have Hand Traps, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, and 2 Nib. I think Nib's like pretty good in the main for this deck, especially when I lose die rolls a lot, so it pans out. It's great against the mirror of like Brave dot deck, especially if they're doing DB Scythe Lock. Imperm's pretty good, and so is Ash as well. Just generic staples.
How was Nib today?
I probably resolved Nib maybe twice against PK Brave, and it panned out. The second time I resolved Nib, it definitely stopped him from going into the Scythe Lock, because I had Nib and Imperm in hand, so he couldn't DP his way out of that.
So did the Griffin stop it at all?
Griffin, I didn't really, at the time, I used Griffin to bait out a Griffin, but unfortunately, I kind of like sacked myself because I couldn't open a Prank Kid in time.
Yeah.
So the Nib token was just too big to swing over. Like, I could have gotten rid of it sooner, but unfortunately I didn't. He just had like Chalices and Fog Blades because I used Monster Reborn to steal his DP after I sent to the graveyard.
All right.
This is more go second. This is for go second. 3 Droplet. Really good against Scythe and DP. Like,
Yep.
mirror match.
Card's broken.
Yeah. Next up, we're playing 2 Place and 1 Pranks. Place is really good. Helps with the chain blocking. It also comes up, like, it really helps out when you just open, like, Enchantress or Right and no Kid, because then it's just, like, gives you a free one.
Why not the third one?
Really don't have room for the third one, honestly, because it's like you want to max out on seeing Prank Kid, like opening a Prank Kid, but you also want to see one of the Brave cards too.
Right. Okay.
Like Right or Enchantress plus this, or like 2 of these plus like 11 kids. It's enough, and plus like with this you can recycle, so it just helps with the recursion, so you never run out.
I just like to play 3 because I'd rather see it than a Prank Kid.
Yeah, and Pure it's
different
definitely it's really good in Pure for sure.
Right.
For sure. Next up we're playing 2 Pandemonium and 1 TDF. Normally I'd open up with this a lot, but I didn't today, and that was fine. I didn't really verte a lot either, which is fine, but Pandemonium's obviously just good. You only really need to, because you can just keep like getting it back. You can recycle it,
Right.
Dougal for it, Bow Wow for it.
Yep.
So, and this is good if your opponent just like hits you with like D Shifter, like as a follow-up turn. You can just bam. These are extenders.
Oh yes.
Definitely came up. Both of these came up a lot, especially this.
Those are great.
Yeah. And one called by, just to stop it.
No 1 for 1.
No, we don't play 1 for 1. Don't really. I'm not knocking. Like I said, like certain cards that are like really great and pure.
Right.
You want to make room for like the Brave package. Plus, you want to also like have room for going second plays. So that's why we have like 2 Nib in the main, because originally I was playing a lot of go first cards in the main and side. So I kind of tweaked that with some help with some my teammates.
Yeah.
And we just. That's how we ended up with the end result. I've been like testing this like for a while since I heard about the Brave stuff.
All right, let's go.
That's it for the main deck, 40 cards. Onto the extra deck, the 1 Meow. Wish we were at 2, but it is what it is. 3 Doodle, and we're playing 2 Bow Wow. A lot of people don't play more than 1, but I think 2 is really good. because it definitely comes up, especially when you're trying to push for game. And this plus Washer just says no to DPE or any like card effects that happen in damage step or in graveyard. Then we're playing the one Roaster. It's honestly like the only main back row out we have initially for like stuff like Eldritch. Because since they on like set 5 pass, we don't really lose to stuff like Skill Drain and Tikaboo. It's just the stuff like Goes and Match.
Mystic
And
Land.
yeah, Mystic Love definitely.
Although you
and, like,
were not gonna deck out off it.
oh yeah, like these two, like if your opponent has like double Mystic Mind and you just like banish this to pop the first one, they play the second one, you just like do it again. So now it's like that's 2 Mystic Minds down.
Yeah.
It's like pretty good. Then we're playing Verte for the Thunder Dragon Fusion, because obviously we won't send instant fusion off of it. Never. Then we're playing a small access code package. I made access code twice. Game 1 against Salad and game 2 against Sid, featuring DPE.
Yeah.
And the best part is about access code, because he activated the Sid player game 2. He DD ground me on my second turn, but access code, when you link summon for it, you don't have to like they don't have to be engraved for you to use the effective game.
Yeah, that's true.
Next up for instant fusion target, well, mainly Rocket Rise instant fusion target, but Washer can also be an instant fusion target if you want to push for game using only like the Prankage cards, because then they can't like do anything until after damage step is over.
Even if he's not attacking.
Yeah, so it's like that's pretty good.
You can use him for the anti-ash play too.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
and then
Don't want Washer for that.
double Butler.
Rocket.
Double Raigeki. Like now we can play 5 Raigeki basically.
Oh yeah.
If we wanted to.
Yeah.
We can have like well
you don't have
like
a second
pop.
Yugioh.
Yeah, if it's like a double pop. Since they're like double pops, like you have like 7 Raigekis in the deck if you played like 3 actual Raigekis in the main.
Best boss monster.
Yeah, and then so at one point I could have made it, but I didn't need to. I had enough to push the game. That's it for the extra deck. Onto the side. Just more mirror match. Lancia's pretty good. It definitely stopped like I said, Shaddoll Invoke Dogmatica loses hard to this. Sword Soul kind of like takes an L to this as well.
Yeah.
And it's also good against Phantom Knight Brave.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That card is so good against that.
Yeah. It also helps if they try to even you on their turn, because you just drop Lancia. Because if you open like Brave full combo, you have to get rid of everything but the token, because you just lose the Cosmic so bad. We're playing 3 Cosmic. Hate back row, like all types of back row. It's also, like I said, it's good for the Faithful Journey, good for getting rid of the Draco back in the mirror match. Just really good. It's also good for against stuff like Goes and Match.
Yeah.
And like various Eldritch stuff. Playing double evenly, just more like this and this against any Brave Dot deck is just game.
Right.
And the 1 red reboot, just in case they play like Solemn Judgments and stuff. Then for the Floodgates, we play Tikaboo because it doesn't hurt us. We're also playing 2 D-Barrier and Skill Drain. This definitely helped me out against the 400 player, because he took game 1 after I couldn't really push over. I didn't have the Washer. I couldn't recur the Washer because I was forced to banish the prank, so I could... Game 2, I just flipped this when he played map and he scooped it up.
Yeah, that's pretty rough against them. A lot of Floodgates.
Yeah, like I said, so the side deck, I had a lot more going first cards, so that's why I reduced D-Barrier down to 2. But I feel like 2 skill drains actually pretty valid. I don't think you really need 3. Because if you're playing like this, and you have these, and like this, like this and this is honestly enough to like deal with most matchups. This is only really good against stuff like Sword Soul and I guess Virtual World and maybe
Invoke Shaddoll.
Yeah, Invoke Shaddoll. Definitely Invoke Shaddoll. Yeah. It kind of like just turns off everything. Like in most cases, I would flip this when they play the invocation. But that's pretty much it. As far as shout-outs go, shout out to my team manager Damon.
I didn't know that part.
Shout out to my boy Jerry. Shout out to Nick and Nick Hartley and Mike Thomas for having me on the team today. Mystic Mind Shrine, pretty good. Team Captain Crunch, let's go. Let's go. Oh, and shout out to my wife, who's with child.
All right, Mystic Mind Shrine, the Earth is flat.